Ladies and gents, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Orbital Potato. This is Startup Company. Startup Company is a game that is published by Hovguard Games. It's still in early access, and it could best be described as a strategy, simulation, management type of game that has you build up a company from the ground and turn it into a multi-million-dollar enterprise. The developers were kind enough to sponsor this game, so bear that in mind when you listen to my opinions. However, I can confidently say that this is a really, really great game, and I would thoroughly recommend it. As I say, it's in early access at the moment, so things are liable to change, but it's only going to get better, and I'm really enjoying this at the moment. Anyway, let's start up a brand new game and start talking about some of the features and some of the ways that the game plays. I'm gonna start up a company called Orbital Online for all of your online needs, and we need to configure a CEO. Well, that of course is going to be me, and we're going to be choosing the accountant, and that will reduce all company expenses by 10%. We could also choose the manager. All employees will work 10% faster. I think that that's probably a better bonus. I don't know, they're both pretty darn good, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, now we need to create a website. What people do we want to compete against? There's a couple of different people that we could compete against here. If we wanted to go into social media, we'd be competing against Friendbook, Lattergram, Jitter, a lot of really great fake names here. I think that we probably want to become a shopping platform, and I think that I'm probably just gonna name my website Orbital Online again, which I feel is a fairly legitimate thing to do. The company name is going to be Orbital Online, and so is the business, so is the website. It's all going to be called Orbital Online. All right, so this is now the next stage, and we need to decide whether we want to go into investor mode or bootstrapping. So I'll talk a little bit about these two options first. This is pretty much a tutorialized running your company setup, and you trade away 40% of the shares in your company in order to get access to, 15,000 bucks of initial capital, and then you also are liable for a whole bunch of different milestones at later milestones, I guess. So it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to do. I'm going to be going for bootstrapping. Purely because I've done the investor mode. I really enjoyed it, and it was nice to have all of the backup with the milestones. But we're going to be going for bootstrapping. We're going to be seeing what we can pull off without trading away 40% of our company. There we go. Let's indeed do that. So first things first, what we need to do is we need to take out a little bit of a loan, because of course, if it's your dream, you gotta pursue it. You gotta take money out of the bank. You gotta spend money to make money, baby. This is the way that the world works. So let's have a little look. Both of these loans are at 30%. 30% interest. Daily cost is very high. This is big money. I'm gonna take easy money because I like the name of the bank a little bit more. So let's take that. We're still paused, so that's good, which means we can have a little bit of an opportunity to talk about the game. So this is sort of the top-down view of all of the different buildings that you can rent out over the course of the game. Now, of course, we're not going to be able to jump straight to the large hosting building. We're not going to be able to jump straight to the large skyscraper. That's just not a possibility. These things always start out in a tiny little office somewhere, and that is no different in this case. We're going to be starting out in the small building, which is an office, which means that we can fit a maximum number of 10 workstations in. Only one floor. We need an upfront payment of 10 grand, and there's a rent of 3,000 bucks per month. I think that seems pretty darn ideal for what we need it. Now, of course, we could go for the small basement hosting building, which is also the smallest hosting building that you can get, but we'll talk a little bit about hosting as we go forward. So without further ado, let's jump on over to the office. Boom. Okay, perfect. Now you can see we've got 90 grand in the bank, and now we have got ourselves a comfy little office. It's sparse, it's empty at the moment, but we can fill it with things which will make everyone happy. We also, importantly, really need to fill it with employees. So first things first, let's place down a desk. We need a desk. We need a desk for the CEO, I do believe. And let's put the CEO right on here. Chief Executive Officer. Man, it feels good to be in charge of a company. It feels good to be in charge of a company. So, you're probably seeing a whole bunch of stuff, and I want to take a little bit of time to explain. I want to explain about it. So, basically, the way that this game works is there is a research tree. There is a research tree, and in this research tree, you can really unlock a whole bunch of stuff. We'll talk a little bit about this as we go, but what we will basically be doing is we will basically be building blocks of this company, combining these blocks to make features of a website, combining these blocks to make marketing, and we will combine these smaller blocks into bigger blocks. We basically build the website and the features of the website from the ground up, and I'll show you exactly what I mean by that as we go on. All right, so what we need first, we need an employee. We need someone who we can boss around, and we need to be able to tell them what to do. So let's start headhunting with our CEO. So at the moment, we can only look for a beginner researcher, a beginner developer, or a beginner designer. We can also research more roles, and we will be doing that as we progress, but obviously we cannot do that at the moment. So researchers pretty much just give us research points. The research points right up in the top right hand corner up here. Developers and designers build the building blocks of the website that I was talking about. So we're going to need to get the beginner dev kit, because this is what the developer uses, or these are the blocks that the developer can build, and these are the blocks that the designer can build. Of course, these are just beginner designers. Other designers, higher trained up people, they can build slightly different things. But again, we'll get to that as we go. So I think what we should probably do, we'll unlock the beginner dev kit and the designer kit, because we're going to need both of them anyway, so it doesn't particularly matter. And then we'll start headhunting. Let's try and find a developer. I guess we're going to need to find a developer and a designer, so there's no real difference. There's no real difference in that. We'll unpause, and Orbital Potato can get typing. Now, he's going to start headhunting, and that's going to take roughly about 2 hours. Of course, we got to bear in mind is that we've got a fairly limited budget to work with here. It's not like venture capital where you can just spend tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of money. We've actually got a somewhat challenging situation where we need to keep very, very close eye on our spending. Otherwise, we're just going to be going bankrupt. All right, so headhunting is completed. We've picked up a developer. Now, the real differentiating factors between the multitude of developers that are going to be offered to us here is the speed at which they work. And hopefully we'll see that once this completes and we get another developer. But basically, it determines how fast they work. This modifier determines how fast they work, and we ideally want to hire someone who is pretty darn fast. All right, so 93%. It can go up. It can go up past 100, I do believe. But I think that Bill Wallace, you are going to be good enough for now. You've got red hair, you've got ginger hair. So as a Scottish person, I resonate with you on a metaphysical level, even though I myself do not have ginger hair. Anyway, this is one of my favorite parts of the game, and it is the negotiation system. I really, really like it. I really, really do. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and it allows you to really prioritize how you want to employ someone. So we get to offer them. We get to offer them a monthly salary, and we also get to offer them a signing bonus. Now, of course, it stands to reason, if you want to give them a low monthly salary, then you're going to have to give them a pretty darn large signing bonus. So we really want to try and find the sweet spot. Now, you can only negotiate so much before they get really, really annoyed at you and just decide not to work for you anymore. But at the moment, Bill Wallace is working quite happily at UberBuy, which sounds like a lovely website, but I sound like a lovelier website, so hopefully we'll be able to bring him on board. We're gonna lowball him here. We're gonna start with a monthly salary option, a monthly salary of $2,500 and a signing bonus of $1,000. I don't think he's gonna take this, by the way. I don't think he's gonna take this, but we'll wait and see. All right. Oh, you counter offered with wow. Okay, well that's quite a lot of money. As you can see, this little happiness indicator indicates how happy he currently is with me, because if he gets too unhappy with me, then he will just walk away from the negotiations. All right, let's bump this up to 4,000. I don't really want to go much higher than that. 6,100. I'll bump it up to a 4,000 signing bonus. But that's my final offer. 5,800. Okay, he is too expensive for us. We need to be strict here. Right, let's go for the same. Let's go for the same situation with Caroline. All right, this is slightly problematic. It's going to cost us a heck of a lot of money. 6,000 bucks a month. All right, 5 grand signing bonus, 4,600. I feel like that's a really good deal. All right, fine. We're just gonna have to pay her. We're just gonna have to pay her an absolutely gargantuan monthly salary. However, the signing bonus was actually relatively small, which is fine because actually, that's probably better for us. We probably don't want to be giving away too much money in the signing bonus, so we don't spend this massive pool that we've got. Whereas monthly salary is paid out over the course of a month, whereas the signing bonus is paid all upfront, all at once. This is the budget screen, but we'll talk a little bit about this as we go. Okay, so first things first, let's try and give ourselves a work desk for Carolyn Gill, and we'll get you employed. Great. So, Caroline, what do I want you to do? What do I want you to do? Well, first of all, we're going to switch on over to a queue, and then we're going to queue up a whole bunch of different components that will be useful for use in the website. We'll talk a little bit about what these components can do and the different stuff that we need them to do as we go. But for now, what we need to start doing is just manufacturing some actual building blocks for the website. So, I'm also going to cancel the headhunting for another developer because we don't actually need another developer. We need a designer. A designer is definitely what we need now. And Bill, not interested in you. There was just something about Bill that I wasn't keen on. All right, we've got some emails. Welcome to Startup Company. Why? Thank you. That's very, very nice. Very, very nice. And Easy Money has confirmed to me that they've given me 100,000 bucks, which is great. Because I like money, and I especially like easy money. Alright, so you're working away headhunting as well, 83%. Gonna wait to see if we have any further update after this, and then we'll be able to progress. Okay, so now that the working day has finished, we can of course chill around and do whatever we want in the office until whatever hour that we want. However, the employees are not going to be working in the evening, so it's probably a good idea that we start the time machine and zip forward to the next day. All right, perfect. As you can see, let's talk a little bit about finances at the moment because we're not making much money at the moment, and I would suspect that we're going to need to take out another loan before we actually become truly profitable. As you can see, there is a whole bunch of figures here at the moment. At the moment, we're paying for servers. That's something that we need to bear in mind. We're paying a heck of a lot of money towards our loan, and we're also paying a whole bunch of money towards rent. You got to bear in mind is that this is over the course of 30 days. It's only day 2. So there's no reason why we should be in a terrible financial position, but at the same time we also don't have any money coming in at the moment, and we're trying to reach a point where we are actually profitable. Okay, so no one that I really feel is good enough. I'm gonna get rid of you. All right, so you're continuing to work on. You're now working on a back-end component. That's quite cool. Everyone is working away. This is good. This is very, very good. Have we got a designer? 89%. Fine. Let me pause. Let me see what you'll take. Someone like that? Oh, wow. Okay, she immediately accepted that. Viola Cooper. That's a little bit of a bummer. I didn't want her to take my first offer. I wanted her to take my second offer. I actually thought that I would be lowballing her there, but apparently not. So, there we go. Let's do the exact same. Let's queue up a whole bunch of components to be built. And that will allow us just to start banking up some components, which will become very useful right now, actually. So, Orbital Online. This is the website interface, and we can actually create multiple websites if we want to. If we really want to, we can do it, but we don't want to at the moment. because we want to actually grow Orbital Online. So this is Orbital Online, and this is the data for what's going on. So this is the number of active users. This is the amount of income that we've made. As you can see, we're losing 40 income. We're losing 40 income. We're losing $40 because, of course, we're not making any money, and we're still paying for the upkeep of the servers and all that nonsense. So yeah, it's not great. Not great financially. The most important screen, I would say, in the website interface is this. And this screen is really going to be the screen that drives the expansion and of the website. So what we want to probably do is we want to say, hey, let's add a feature, and then we want to see what features we want to add, because I'm thinking that we probably want to create a landing page. Now, of course, we don't have a landing page available to us at the moment. That is still something that we need to research. That's something that I would very much like to do. It's not in here, it's in features. Perfect. Okay, landing page, 12 research points. Sign me up. That's actually something else that we need to keep in mind, is that we need to get ourselves a researcher. In fact, you know what? You're headhunting for a designer? Useless. Get ourselves a research boy, or women. We'll get ourselves a research person in order to continue researching. Let's let it play, and then let's talk a little bit more about the features. So now that we've got a landing page, we can think about implementing it as a feature on our website. So add feature, boom, perfect. Now it's technically, even though it's technically part of the website at the moment, it is a level 0. And when a feature is level 0, it basically means that it's not added yet. So we need to try and level it up to level 1. And in order to level it up to level 1, we need to complete a list of components. So we need a UI component, we need a backend component, we need a blueprint, and we need a graphics component. So that's why we've been working on building up these individual components. And hopefully, once we complete a graphics component, you're currently working on a wireframe component at the moment, so we're going to let you finish that out. I'll start the time machine to zip forward to tomorrow morning. Once we finish with the wireframe component, we'll be working on the graphics component. And once we finish the graphics component, oh, you're an early riser. You're in at 7:30 in the morning, I think. All right, nice. Well, whatever the case, you're working on the wireframe component at the moment, which is fantastic. As I say, once we get the graphics component, we're actually going to be able to give ourselves an actual website with an actual landing page, which is really, really nice. We need to think about other features that we want to add. Revenue features are really, really, really important, and we actually want to try and implement these pretty much as soon as possible, because even with a landing page, we're not going to be turning these clicks into dollars, and that's what we need to do. So yeah, we need to try and get that. We need to try and get that up and running as soon as possible. If we have a little look at research, we can have a little look at features. Yeah, payment system, text ads, subscriptions, banner ads. It's a lot of expensive stuff. Video functionality as well. Now, I'm fairly certain that we're not going to be able to turn item listings into money. I don't know about that though. I'll have to check that. So let's buy another desk, and then let's see if we can get ourselves a research person. Ellen Wagner, or Wagner, presumably Wagner. You're working at Vlogstop at the moment. You're probably going to want a pretty big amount of money. Let's send you an offer. It's an obvious lowball. $9,300 a month. I'll bump it to 6,000 since you're so good. You're very, very fast. $8,400 a month. I'll raise you 7,500 and a 5,000 signing bonus. She signs. She takes it. We score. We win. I know we're wearing down our capital, our pool of capital that we've got, and it is very finite. I am very conscious of that fact. Let's get you trained up. I'll talk a little bit about training in just a second as soon as I put you on your desk. I know we are burning through our our limited pool of money, but that's okay. I think that we should be fine. Training is something that each and every employee can actually do. If there is nothing that an employee particularly needs to do at a particular moment, then training is a great way to make sure that the next time that they build something, they're going to build it faster, which is very, very good. All right, so the key thing is getting this graphics component up and running. We want to make sure that we've got that dealt with. I'm also kind of keen to get maybe another researcher. 0.86 research points are generated per hour. That's 6.85 generated per day. So not a very fast way of going about doing things, but that's okay. I'm sure we'll improve as we go. So this is interesting. Let's sort of talk about worker demands for a little bit, and I guess we can do that as the time machine zips forward. So the interesting thing is that these demands, right? These demands all here all seem fairly legitimate, right? 7-hour workday, small retirement plan, intermediate desk, coffee machine, all seem completely legitimate. Thing is though, is that in order to give Ellen a retirement plan, we actually need, where is it? We actually need to unlock it. Same with a whole bunch. Yeah, here it is. It's in office. There's a small furniture pack. There is a benefits pack. We need to unlock all of this. So in order to keep our employees happy, we need to balance keeping our employees happy. We need to balance expanding the website. We need to balance research features. We're also going to need to take hosting into consideration as well. So we're going to need to try and maintain all of these things at the same time. Of course, we obviously need to try and balance money as well, because at the moment we're not very, I mean, we don't have any income. Let's be honest, right? We just do not have any income. But that's not too bad. We'll cope. So let's pause and let's see if we can try and get ourselves our first feature. I'm very, very excited. Let's upgrade the landing page to level 1. Oh my goodness, everyone is so happy. That is great. Happy, happy days. Everyone is over the moon. We now have a landing page. Everyone is very satisfied with the website. We have no registered users. However, as you can see here, we now have 2,500 potential users, which is an opportunity. Which is a real opportunity for us. So if we have a little look here, you can actually see that there is one online user right now. Now, of course, one online user is it's nothing. Nothing. You know, out of a pool of 2,500, having one is pretty darn poor. So what we should probably do is perhaps see if we can do some marketing. Now, there's various different types of marketing that we can conduct. Banner ads, for example. You know, radio, phones, all of that stuff. But the more advanced things require an audio format and copywriting. Both of these are created by a marketer. So that's not a role that we really have the ability to research at the moment. A marketer is all the way down here, 150 research points. Well, we've got 4, so that's probably not going to be happening for a little bit of time. But that's not a problem. That's not going to stop us from doing the most rudimentary form of marketing. Look at this, one online user. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm sitting at the back of the room and pretending to buy stuff on the website because I want to encourage the team and make them feel like the website's actually good when it's not. But anyway, whatever the point, we're gonna be getting some advertising. The feature that we want to promote is the landing page. The landing page is, of course, the only feature that we can promote, which is fine, I guess. But let's create the campaign. There's no real point in targeting anything. The conversion rate is 5%. We cannot target male or female. We cannot target males or females. We can only target everyone. So let's create a campaign. The budget has been allocated $1,000. Now we can go into here and we can change that if we want to. I don't really think that we want to. I think that we want to try and keep a lid on our marketing expenses. $1,000 seems fairly reasonable to me. But would you look at this immediately, absolutely immediately, things are going great. Registered users increasing dramatically. Let's do a time machine here. As you can see, the online users, the concurrent users online right now, absolutely huge in comparison to the numbers. Comparison to the numbers before we actually started marketing. We have 1,600 registered users out of a 2,500 potential. So that is pretty darn good. And you know what's interesting is that our website has actually been valued at $1,900. Now, if I could create a website with a landing page that was valued at $1,900, boy oh boy, I would be happy. But unfortunately, I just can't. Unfortunately, that is not something that I have the ability to do. And that leads me swiftly onwards, actually. As you can see, this graph diddling up and down over here. That leads me onto the server usage. Now, of course, at the moment, with just 22 people on the website at the moment, only 2,000 registered users, the server usage is understandably going to be very, very low. But of course, that will increase as the website size increases and as the number of people that come and visit the website increases. Basically, what we can do is we can increase the amount of server units that we have. At the moment, we've got one FastClouds mini cloud server, which costs us $40 per day. That is where the expense is coming from. And that's all that we're really spending. But we'll be able to add more servers as we go. Something else that we need to bear in mind is that we'll also be able to add our own servers. So that is kind of cool. Okay, so we're pretty much capping out at the maximum number of potential users. Budget was $1,000. I think we did a pretty darn good job of utilizing that budget. Pretty happy with the way that things are going. As you can see, the potential users reached is just about to reach 100. Yep, perfect. We're just about to reach 100 there. Boom. Oh, and one. It looks like that one is actually me. So apparently I don't count as an actual user. Right. So there we go. We've reached our number of users, which is great, which is really, really good news for us. And it presents us with a real opportunity. If we want to, by the way, we can upgrade the landing page again. That is something that we can do. I should not let you idle. I need to make sure that I always make sure that people have something to build. Always be building. That's what I like to say. Anyway, yes, as we go, we'll be able to upgrade the features on our landing page, or upgrade the level of our landing page, should I say, which will increase the number of users. As you can see, it'll take by increasing the landing page by one level, it'll take the potential users from 2,500 all the way up to 6,830, which is a substantial increase at the moment. It's over double, actually, in fact. And over time, we'll be able to add extra features to our website. What I'm really, really thinking would be really, really good is if we can get a very, very quick text ads. I know that does cost us 90 research points, and I know we're probably going to have to get another 2 researchers in order to make sure that we have enough to get this. But I want to start getting money in through the door as soon as possible. That's my plan. That's my plan. Also, there's obviously a whole bunch of other features that we can add. We don't even necessarily need to make this website super profitable. What we can do is we can build up a stonking valuation, sell it on, and then make another website if we want to. But I want to start getting cash flow through the door as soon as possible. So that's what we're going to try and do. Ladies and gents, thank you very, very much for joining me. This has been an episode of Startup Company. Of course, I would thoroughly recommend that you check it out. There's a link to the Steam page in the channel description down below. So please go check it out. I really enjoy this game. It's really, really good. I can thoroughly recommend it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.